Hey!
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 Hello!
Hello.
Welcome to Even Odds.
Yeah, we're back
We're here again.
with another unboxing
We're
video.
doing an unboxing, but this is kind of a first in a series because we're gonna. I'm gonna get into Warhammer 40k a little bit more than I have, and yeah, we're gonna get into Kill Team, the new thing, the new hotness.
So Kill Team is it's a new thing released in the Warhammer 40k universe.
Which you probably know if you're watching this.
Yeah, if you're watching this or not, you might be
Maybe.
like, "What's Warhammer?" Anyway,
That's true.
point is, it's a big game with models that you assemble and paint and yada yada yada. So the reason I play 40k.
Yeah,
A
he
lot.
has a huge orc collection.
Like a silly amount.
Beautiful.
And this just came out, and it's much smaller. It's very it's focused on just like a small number of guys, and it has a very board gamey feel to it.
Yeah. So this, in my understanding, is like a more, and that's how you said to me. It's more like it's an introductory way. I think that's probably what Games Workshop was thinking, because one of my
definitely
things with getting into Warhammer, and I've tried. We're building stuff. You have your orc collection, and I was inspired by Age of Sigmar, but the whole
Which we're working
thing
on too.
is so massive and grand, and I think this is like trying to fulfill that entry point, like so that you can start with something like self-contained.
Small. Yeah.
Like, and that's what this box is. You have got the 2 starter armies that you can do. That comes with just 10 models for 2 basic idea model armies, I guess. And so then you...
Yep.
Yeah. So this whole box was $130 where we bought it at the local Games Workshop. So it, would be like, in and of itself, a really expensive...
A very expensive
tabletop board game,
Yeah.
but it has all the parts and pieces.
It has everything you need to play
paint it and everything
right in here. You literally, just like a board game, you don't have to buy anything else to play.
Yeah.
You've got everything you need to play right here.
But there's all kinds of ways to expand it. So
yes.
You can paint the pieces that you assemble the pieces and you can paint them, or you don't have to. You can use the models that come in the box, or you can expand it and get other models, right?
Yep, exactly.
Okay.
So let's see what's in the box.
Yeah, let's do it.
Here we go. Oh boy.
All right.
We had some. There we go. Here, help me out. Yeah.
Yay.
Teamwork.
Oh, you just looks like you're having so much fun. I didn't want to take away that fun from you. It's like Christmas. All right.
Here we go. Ooh, nice box.
What else? What else do you expect from Games Workshop? This is their bread and butter and all that, right?
Ooh la la.
All right.
Look at that. Oh, and it's got some nice little artwork right there.
Okay.
That's cool.
It's just like.
Well,
there you go.
That's nice.
We can put that.
That's real nice right there.
Okay.
All right, so.
All kinds of plastic.
Yep. We got tons of plastic.
If you've done any Warhammer, you know that there's all the plastic.
All
of it. This is how it starts. It's not straight out of the box by any stretch of the imagination.
Yep. So these are the. So the set comes with a force for Adeptus Mechanicus and for the Gene Stealer cults. This red plastic here, that's the Adeptus Mechanicus.
Okay.
And this gray plastic here is the Gene Stealer cults. So that's them.
Oh, okay. And so there's 10 models
10 and 10.
for each.
Yep.
Okay. And it's interesting because the Adeptus Mechanicus, you can make either Vanguard or Rangers, which we kind of cheated a little bit because you already have seen the book that comes in here.
That's true.
But your just knowledge of it, you knew that you can build these as Vanguard or Rangers. We looked it up. You can only build them as the one type here.
Yeah.
But they're,
But that's okay.
10, this is a little bit different actually than normal stuff because these are different color plastics.
Yeah,
Usually
normally
it's that normal like gray
just
plastic.
gray plastic.
So they're kind of trying to make it sort of out of the build. You can't do it out of the box, but
so that's nice. Then these are terrain. This is so it comes with buildings for you to use. So here we are with these. Yeah,
plastic.
lots. Ooh man, yeah, lots of plastic in here.
Oh my god!
Holy cow! Wow. This is a lot.
This is more than you were expecting.
Much more than I was expecting. Wow.
They're good, solid pieces here.
No, absolutely.
Obviously, I guess they have to be.
Wow. Yeah. But I'm legitimately like surprised at how much there is here.
Yeah. He's built up a lot of terrain for a board for 40k, but we haven't
not official Games Workshop terrain before.
He has not acquired any.
Well, because it's very expensive. Because normally the way that these particular terrain pieces are costed is that like it would be 130 for just this terrain. Yeah. Not including this stuff or the other things that is in here.
Even though 130 is a hefty price tag,
this is actually a very big discount.
Right, because you're So and I don't know if you noticed this, I kind of just took it out of shit, but that's funny, they like layered it so you got like, oh, you just saw that, now here's
I didn't even notice that.
I'm sorry. So here's the next level. What?
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so they include 2 of these.
Oh, neat.
Yep,
I think it's exactly the same.
So
that's
there you
fine.
Go. Posters for your bedroom.
Right.
You just put it right above your bed.
There you go.
And
what more do you want?
Adeptus Mechanicus and the Gene Stealer cult fighting each other. You can
dream about
it as you fall asleep at night.
Great.
And then you can put one above you so that when you're not looking behind,
you can still see it.
You can still see it. All
so
right,
we've got a ruler here. So Warhammer and Kill Team is a game of inches. Yes. So here it is. You got a 12-inch little ruler. So that's nice. That's actually nice that they include that to just make it nice and easy to.
Yeah, that is cool. It's nice too.
So
yeah.
I like that.
Ooh. A set of dice.
Little pack of dice.
Well, it's interesting. Okay, so when we were at the Games Workshop, they had like specialty dice that would, it said Kill Team that would match your individual thing, and it had this number of dice and these D6s or 7s. 10s in here, and but they include 1 pack.
Yeah. Well, from my experience, if you don't mind sharing, that's all you need. That's all you need.
So that's what they're figuring.
So.
Yeah, but then you can't sit there and mess around with them while the other person is thinking.
That's true. Like, so then we've got a pack of these would be in Kill Team. They're basically data cards. So this has all of your unit information on here. So this is sort of if you've played any.
Is that the one that's for the game at large? Or that's like the one that's for playing the game. Like, so that's applicable to any armies, right?
No, this stuff is applicable. So like this one right here on top, without opening it, this one here on top is specifically for one model in your AdMech army. So these are. So
is there a second pack of that for Gene Stealer
The back here has got Gene Stealer cards, so it's packaged together.
Oh,
yeah, it's packaged together.
Oh, okay. Because I saw these other 2, and I assumed that maybe those would be for that. But...
So these are basically, these hold your information for your units. That's what these are. All right. Then
wait, so you give them? Oh, okay.
So like that would be.
You could access this like on an app as well, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay. All right. Neat. So there. Well, let's open it up and see the quality of the card. It's probably similar to any of the other cards, right? Yeah, I mean they're good.
Yeah.
They're not like super high quality linen finish of other games,
but they're nice. Yeah, they're nice. Well, they're not. You're not going to shuffle these, for example.
Yeah, and they're stackable. They're
right.
Nice and stackable.
Right. So that's nice. And so they come with.
Oh, and they have some you can fill out yourself.
Yep. So they come with some pre-filled out ones, so that way if you are not comfortable sort of going through everything, you have these pre-made guys, because you like name your own guys and stuff like that, your little dudes.
Cool.
Or women. Maybe they're women. And then they also have some blank ones in there for you.
We've actually talked a little bit about that, about like army choices and things, and you know, I've talked about the. Oh man, I just scratched.
Did you scratch it? Oh my gosh!
Oh man,
ruined.
Sorry,
ruined forever.
Well,
it's
so there
fine.
you go. Tip number 1: don't scratch this when you're opening it.
Actually, that's a fair evaluation of the quality that you can even scratch it. But then, so what these are right here. These are so in Kill Team like you have these things called tactics that you have a resource called command points, and you can spend that resource to activate tactics, and then these are cards that contain the tactics on them. So and just like everything else, we've got some for Gene Stealer cults, some for Adeptus Mechanicus, and there you go. So couple of them
so
there
side note, because this makes me think of it, is, you know, I'm going to be learning along with you all, okay? And that's part of the thought with this is, you know, he knows how to play.
I know a good bit.
I mean, not Kill Team specifically as much as Warhammer 40k, but, you know, you're very acquainted with it. I've struggled a little bit with getting to that same level of in-depth rule understanding and how the whole thing works. So
we'll get there.
You know, it's if you are new to this and you're finding this as like a good introductory point, a lot of what he just said, I was like, yeah, okay, sure, you know. But I have faith that we will figure it out.
Well, you know, it's like I said, it's, you know, it's a resource. And that's what command points are. It's a resource. Okay. There's only one thing to spend command points on, which is tactics.
Okay.
And that's it.
Okay.
That's it. That's the only purpose of them.
Yeah, and then that's just like worked into.
It's baked into the core rules. You just generate them every turn. Every turn you generate so many, and they roll over turn to turn to turn. Okay. And so if you don't spend any on your first turn, then your second turn you keep everything.
So it's like I think I've gotten that from hearing you play. That's just it's like an additional thing, like special use things that you can do to sort of expand the complexity of like what your abilities are. Yes. Okay, cool. All right.
And then next right here are so those were tactics specific to Gene Stealer Cult and Adeptus Mechanicus. And then here is a pack of tactic cards that are general to everyone. Everyone has access to these no matter what you're playing. Most of these, so the game comes with rules for playing like one-off games, but also with rules for making a campaign, almost like a Dungeons and Dragons campaign or any of those other sorts of role-playing games.
Okay.
And most of these are going to be for use with that and not for use with one-off games. So a lot of this right here, it's great that they include it. It's fantastic that they included this. Most of it, though, is only going to be
It's not going to be part of your, like, right out of the box play.
Right. This, and you'll use, I want to say, 6 or 7 of these for your out of the box play, but the rest, and you can see it's a sizable pack of cards. The rest will be for if you delve into
so maybe while you're learning, take this pack and kind of set it to the side.
I would actually say for learning of your first game or two, all of the tactics and command point stuff, you just ignore it.
Okay.
For like your first game or two.
Over to the side.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you have all these cards. So, you know, we're building. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. So looks like
grab the next thing. I grabbed the last thing.
Well, and here's the core manual book. So
yep, this is your rule book.
Yeah.
Now this book contains not only the core, it contains the core rules for sort of your like, let's just set up and play. It contains the rules for every army available in Kill Team. Now this box comes with 2 armies. Adeptus Mechanicus and the Genestealer cults, this game supports multiple types of armies, which we won't get into.
Okay.
But that's why it's so thick, is because it contains rules for multiple armies.
Which, it's interesting. Okay, so another point that I just thought of with this is the only, at least as of right now, this is the only main starter set for the Kill Team
that comes
game.
with all this
so
stuff.
you don't get choices for which armies this starts with.
But they are producing starter sets for all of those other armies, but it'll just be like this plus their specific tactics.
Does it come with dice?
It doesn't come with dice, but it is going to come with a small packet terrain.
That's different from this terrain.
That's different from this terrain.
But then you have to buy this core manual
on
its own if you don't have access to it or whatever. And so and those were running like 70 or 80 each.
60, I think.
So technically, if you were like,
still
I just really don't like these particular ones at all, and you have a friend and they're like, okay, I want this one. It's roughly around the same cost then to have two different ones, and then you get a little terrain, and then you would still have to buy the book on top of that, as well as the data cards, but it wouldn't be too much more, I guess.
You don't have to buy the data cards if you don't want to, because actually, like I said, I'm cheating a little bit. That I've seen the manual before. The back of the manual comes with the data cards blank. So you could just get the manual and then just like photocopy this and have it for you. You know, or I guess if you're like only ever gonna use eight here, then you could just fill it out on the back.
Well, I mean, so it is something you could start with if you just get that.
Yeah, absolutely. Everything you need is right here.
Cool. So one of the reasons why we did go ahead and decide to get this, which we didn't at first, and that's why you've seen the manual already, is because you play orcs and everything, I was more drawn to Age of Sigmar initially.
Which we're still working on. Still building it up.
And I've struggled a little bit more with finding an army that I really liked in 40k. But, I don't know, a few weeks ago, I was like, Adeptus Mechanicus stuff looks really cool. Like, the Dune Crawler looks really neat, and there's little
Iron Striders.
The Iron Striders, and then the little tank guys and
servitors.
There's
so many names.
But anyway, so that's why I was like, well, I am gonna get into Adeptus Mechanicus anyway, so why don't I get this for this, and then I can start. And then you're like, well, it's only in the starter pack. There's not the AdMech one on its own. And then I was like, well, let's just get it.
So here we are. We got it. Yeah. So next up, we've got some chipboard punch outs of tokens to use in the game. A bunch of them. So we've got a Genestealer one and a AdMech one. So these all have the different. These tokens all represent different things you do in the game: moving, falling back, readying, etc. Charge, advance, shooting.
Okay, so is this kind of like additional stuff that you wouldn't normally
yeah. You technically don't need these if you can remember what everybody did. But when you're playing...
What's the equivalent of this, like when you've been playing 40k?
40k? You would still... There's moving, falling back, shooting, advancing, charging.
You don't... Do you have tokens?
No, there's no tokens. But I tell you what, with this... I'm going to be using these tokens when I play 40k to just drop, to be like, okay, so I advanced, to drop it. Because these are really nice to have. To remember, to just, because when you're playing a game, this is a very rules-dense game. And you have to know that going in. It's very easy to forget
It's like developing a language. I've overheard you a lot. It's like you really... develop it.
Yeah. So it's really helpful to have these so that way you don't have to remember what a unit, or in this case a model, did. You can just say, okay, he moved, so I'm just going to put this little move token next to him because he moved. Then I know. Now I know.
Nice. Okay.
Same thing if you're like, this is the charge one, and you're like, he charged. Now I know that.
Okay.
And that's that.
Okay.
You know?
So we could take this apart and punch out chipboard, but I mean, it looks like it's your standard.
It's just standard chipboard.
Chipboard pieces. We did actually see them at the store. They had the display.
They had it all out. It all looked very nice. Yeah.
Okay. So then there's a base.
Yeah. So there was actually, we skipped it earlier, but there was a pack of bases here.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
So there's a bunch of little bases.
Yeah,
and
pack
there's
of
only
bases.
one big base.
Yep.
What's that for?
One of the Adeptus Mechanicus.
Really?
Yes.
Why? Do they get a special one?
Because they have something special that needs that special base.
Okay then. Well, that's exciting.
All right. Then we've got a couple little books here.
Well,
they're sealed together.
Do?
So these are.
What do these do?
So
they look
Warhammer
like
40k is not just a game system. It's a whole setting where there's a whole lore and background to all of this stuff.
So is this just lore?
That's what this is.
Really?
This is. I assume that the instructions for assembly
There's
is in
some
here
really
as well.
good writing in some of this stuff with the lore.
Yeah. So
lots of descriptive writing for
So,
sure.
yep, we've got two little lore books here, one for Adeptus Mechanicus, one for Gene Stealer cults. There you go, ma'am.
Okay.
And so it tells you
The Scutari.
Yeah, it just tells
AKA.
you some fluff about them as it's known.
It's like a little
and then you've got some nice pictures so that you can
one of those.
Yeah, you can look at them and say, I wanna paint my guys like that.
Ooh, I'm inspired.
And then there you go. So that's nice.
Yeah, that's okay. Huh.
Oh, nice.
That's cool.
Okay, I did not know this was in here.
Oh.
A nice little begin here.
Begin here.
Yeah.
And we love these one-sided introductory things. You gotta love that, right?
Absolutely.
Anything that lets you, especially something as grand and complex as this game is.
Yeah.
I appreciate that at least.
Absolutely.
So, okay, cool.
Yeah, so
Begin
just
here. There
a
you
nice,
go.
quick reference
So really, they should have put that on the top.
Absolutely.
No, they shouldn't have. I don't know. I'm just...
All right, and then here we go. This is what we were looking for. This is the instruction guide to build all of this stuff.
Yes.
This is...
for beginners, as far as if somebody's going to pick this up and they're just like, what's this? And I heard somebody say this was their favorite thing ever, and then to just freak you out right off the bat with all these plastic screws.
Yeah, it's a lot. It is. It's a lot.
It's a little bit daunting. I mean, it's a cool part of the hobby. It's a multi-dimensional hobby. There's, it's the modeling of putting the pieces together. It's painting the pieces. It's learning how to play the game. It's setting up your table of terrain and really fulling out. And oh my gosh, some of it that's out there is so cool looking. It's just this grand. Anyway.
So there you go. It's a bunch of instructions. Oh, that's nice too. So it includes. Let's get flipped over here. It includes data cards again for everyone. So it gives you all your rules. Yeah. So if for some reason you don't want to carry this big book with you, you actually have all your rules right here that you'll need. I bet you between this and this is all you need to really get started.
That's
and
interesting.
You can probably ignore that.
And I mean, have you seen the because you didn't get is there an orc start collecting?
There is an orc starter set,
right? Because you already have all. Wait, what?
I did. Remember I showed.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. Anyway, yes, you did, and that's cool. Yeah, it's cool. I'm sorry. I'm silly. I'm silly to even think that. I don't know. Anyway, but it's so that did not come in that one then.
No.
Oh.
No.
So that's additional then that you get for doing this.
There you go.
You get rewarded.
Absolutely. And then last thing in the box, I think, unless there's something hidden underneath it, is...
I was hoping there was going to be another one of these.
I was too. is a game board. So this game board folds out.
Is it a folding or
it is a folding?
Or is it okay? It's folding. You don't have to piece
I'm
it
positive
together.
it's folding.
Right,
I mean, it might be.
Don't poke me in the eye. The terrain on the orc one is really cool. They do have neat little details in all these.
There we go. Sorry. There we go. Awesome. I'll let you fold it.
Ooh.
So then let's get this out of the way.
So this in particular also makes it kind of easy for you to figure out your paint color scheme on your terrain, which is nice.
There we go. So there you go. There's the...
That's always something to think about.
Actually, you know what? This is...
Model area.
Yeah, this is it.
Ooh.
Yep. So there you go. So there you have a nice game board to play on. So you may have noticed that our table is covered by this designed mat that I've purchased separately to play on, which is very nice. But again, the value of this...
4 feet by 6 feet.
Yeah.
So...
Quite large. That's the size of games that you play in 40k. Whereas this, it's less than 2 feet and less than 3 feet, so it's smaller.
So again, they're really like trying to fulfill the need of people who don't know really anything about this and giving you like a much easier start point.
Easy entry point.
Everybody, for the most part, should be able to find a table that this board fits on.
Yeah.
Whereas
a coffee
not
table.
necessarily everyone's going to have a 4 by 6 foot table.
Right. But and the board is double-sided, actually, so you have 2 game boards you can play on.
Oh, really? Oh, okay, that's cool.
Yeah, so there you go.
Nice.
So there it is.
Yeah.
That's everything.
So there you go. So you build these up and you paint them,
so all
and you
these,
put them there
hang out on here and make a whole thing.
And the plan is that we're going to do this step by step, right?
Yeah, we're going to show you
like how to,
We're going to... Anyway, that's it. That's everything in the box. As far as... So let's not mince words. $130 is not cheap.
Yeah.
But I will say, buying this box, good value.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely an expensive hobby.
Yes.
So, I mean, we have a really big boxed tabletop board game collection, and that is also not a cheap hobby. But Warhammer is an expensive hobby to get into.
There's ways to save money.
But yeah.
But I will say this, and this right here is going to keep you busy for quite some time.
Yeah. And it's really good, and it's a really good community, and to get involved with, and this is a good, I think it's really good that they did this as like a entry level. I appreciate it because I think it'll be a good way to learn how to play on a smaller level and really, so as far as that goes, $130 is a great way for you to dip your toe into saying, are you ready to start spending some money on models a good bit, and really into the hobby? And if not, then, you did this and then you got to have some fun and dip your toe and experience Warhammer in its fullest. Okay.
Yeah. So there you go. That's everything in the box.
That's everything in the box.
That's it.
Yeah. So...
How about that?
There you go.
Kill Team, everybody. We're doing it. So, stay tuned for more.
Yeah.
Thanks. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.